Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya De Satarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam Pangum langhayate girim Yat kripatamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram. Hare Krishna. So today we will be discussing about this topic. This is called position. I think we have to a little bit resize. Position of Lord Shiva. Har Har Mahadev. Hare Krishna. So we will be discussing about Lord Shiva today. I think this is the right time to discuss about Lord Shiva. This is Savan. Yes, it's Savan going on. Okay, so we will discuss about today Lord Shiva. I offer my all humble obeisances to Lord Shiva, the most divine personality. So before we can discuss about Lord Shiva, we will discuss about something called 5 truths. So, what is meaning of truth? If we see, there are a lot of meanings of truths. But what we will discuss here as truth means that which is truth always. The truth of this world is based on time. For certain period of time there is truth, and for after some time it is not a truth. If we say Sri Nitai Das is truth, so Sri Nitai Das is going to be a truth, or Sri Nitai Das exists is a truth for a particular time frame, correct? How many of you are able to understand this? Before 1987, when Sri Nitai Das was born, before that, Sri Nitai Das was not a truth. And after certain years, Sri Nitai Das will cease to exist. So Sri Nitai Das will not be a truth. So this is called relative truth. Okay? So relative truth means it is related with time. Like for example, all our identities are relative truth. For a lady who is just a lady now, after she gets married, she is wife. So she was not a wife before and she is now a wife. So the being a wife is a relative truth, correct? And after some time, after she is married, she was not a mother and then she is mother. So being a mother is a relative truth because before some time she was not a mother. Yes? So here when we are talking about truth, can you lower the hand? So when we are talking about truth here, we are talking about absolute truth. Means a truth which is beyond time, beyond place and beyond circumstances. So when we are talking about truth, here, so this is, so this is absolute truth.
Sorry to interrupt, Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
आप कैसे हैं? आपका हेल्थ कैसा है?
Oh, health. Yes. Health is good. We will discuss about health at the end of the class. That is relative truth. Let's little bit discuss about absolute truth. Okay. So absolute truth. So absolute truth means a truth which is beyond time, beyond place, and beyond any circumstances. Like, I am an Indian. It's a relative truth, because I can go to America and get a citizenship there, and as soon as I change my place, I may be an American, correct? So certain truths are based on time, based on place, based on circumstances. And absolute truth means it is beyond time, beyond place, and beyond circumstances. So there are 5 absolute truth, 5 levels of absolute truth. Or we can say that all of us are, in this entire creation, there are 5 truths, or they are called tattva. So the word truth is coming from the Sanskrit word tattva. Tattva, right? So tattva, or the truth, the Sanskrit version of truth is called tattva, and we will discuss about the pancha tattva, 5 tattvas. Okay. So now the first definitely is Bhagavan, that we have already discussed. Krishna, who is the Swayam Bhagavan. Krishna is the Bhagavan. He is definitely the absolute truth. All of us will agree that he is the absolute truth. He is truth. He always exists. Before creation he existed. After creation he will exist, right? And we had discussed elaborately how Bhagavan is absolute truth. Now if you see in this slide, so we have divided the 2 portions. One is called the material realm. You are able to see the dotted line. So the dotted line is about the material world. Below this is the material world. Above is this the spiritual world. Okay. So now we will discuss little bit about how the spiritual world and material world, who are all living and how it happens. Okay. So just give me some time to present everything, and then we will discuss elaborately. Okay. I know it's little technical in the beginning, but you will understand. Okay. Oh, why it is coming like this? Just 1 minute. Let me start the slide. So, okay. So Krishna has 3 potencies, 3 Saktis. The Sat Sakti, Chit Sakti and Ananda Sakti. हम बोलते हैं ना सच्चिदानंद, सत चित आनंद, सच्चिदानंद भगवान. So वो सच्चिदानंद क्या है? What is this सच्चिदानंद? These are the 3 potencies of Krishna. These are 3 Saktis of Krishna. So the Sat potency in Sanskrit terminology is called Sandhini potency, and the Chit is called Sambit. You know, when there is a word or a person's name, Sambit. Sambit is actually potency of Krishna, Sakti of Krishna. And Ladini or Alladini or Ananda potency. So these are the 3 Sanskrit name of Satchidananda. Satchidananda is also Sanskrit, but these are the 3 Sanskrit terminologies of 3 potency of Krishna, Sakti of Krishna. So the Sandhini potency and the Sambit potency and the Ladini potency. What is Sandhini potency? Through Sandhini potency, Krishna maintains everything in the spiritual realm. Everything is maintained properly in spiritual realm, the Sandhini potency. Sambit potency gives intelligence, knowledge of how to function in the spiritual realm. And Ladini gives us happiness, right? So Sandhini creates resources. Intelligence, happiness. Okay? So the spiritual resources, the spiritual dham and everything is being sustained by the Sandhini potency. Okay? Now, along with Krishna, along with these three personalities, Krishna, Balaram and Radharani in spiritual world, there is also the Jiva Tattva or Jivas, the spiritual world also. Along with Krishna, along with Balaram, along with Radharani, there is the Jiva Tattva or the Nitya Siddhas who are fully pure and they are staying in the spiritual world. As we had discussed before, that there are souls who are pure, who stay in spiritual world, and some souls come down to the material world. So they are also there, right? Okay. So this is Vrindavan. Vrindavan is Krishna, Balaram, Radharani and the Jivas and some expansions of Krishna. Okay. Now, apart from Vrindavan, in the spiritual realm, so this is spiritual realm. Apart from Vrindavan in the spiritual realm, there are also other places in spiritual world. So, beyond Vrindavan, there is also Krishna expands as Dwaraka Krishna. Krishna from, there is Vrindavan and Krishna expands as Dwaraka Krishna. So when Krishna expands as Krishna in Dwaraka, Balaram in Vrindavan also expands as Balaram in Dwaraka, and the Radharani and all the gopis, Radharani's associates, they expand as Rukmini and the queens of Dwaraka. Okay. Now what is expansion? Now, we cannot understand what is expansion. It is something like a clone, or like we have seen a clone in movies where the actor is there and actor has a clone. So like that, something like that. So that is all unreal, but in spiritual world, Krishna expands as Krishna in Dwaraka, Balaram also expands, and then along with that, the Radharani and all the Sakhis, they also expand as Dwaraka queens. Then again, there is expansion as Lord Ram. So when Krishna expands as Lord Ram, then there is Ayodhya, Lakshman, Bharat, Satrugna. Balramji comes as Lakshman, Bharat and Satrugna. And then the Sakti Tattva, the Ladini Sakti, comes as Sita Maharani, okay, in Ayodhya. And then there are Vaikuntha. There are 24 varieties of Narayans in Vaikunthas. And then Balramji expands as Anantases or Sankarshan. You have seen the Anantases on which Vishnu is lying. So he is Balramji only. Just like there is Krishna Balaram in Vrindavan, Vishnu and Anantases in Vaikuntha. And then there is Lakshmi. Okay. So this is spiritual realm. In spiritual realm, there is Vrindavan, Dwaraka, Ayodhya and Vaikuntha. There are 4 different places. There is Vrindavan, Dwaraka, Vrindavan, Dwaraka, Ayodhya, Vaikuntha. And as Krishna expands into, in Dwaraka, Krishna expands into forms in Dwaraka. So Sakti also, Radharani also expands into forms in Dwaraka. And then for the Ayodhya, it's the same. Everyone is able to understand this concept? Okay. So now, what is 1, 2, 3, 4? Is this Vrindavan is higher, Dwaraka is lower, Vaikuntha is lower? So these gradations in spiritual realm, nothing is higher or lower. Higher and lower dvanda exist only in material realm. In spiritual realm, nothing is higher, nothing is lower. What is the difference between Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwarka and Vrindavan is this. Only in the level of relationships. So if I clear, so from Vaikuntha to Vrindavan, the intimacy of relationship increases. Like for example, I'll give example so that you understand this concept. There is nothing called higher or lower. You cannot say that Narayan is lower than Vishnu, or Narayan is lower than Ram, Ram is higher than Narayan, or Dwarka Krishna is higher than. It's not about higher or lower. It is about how intimate the relationships are. For example, in Narayan Loka, in Vaikuntha Loka, Narayan doesn't have a father-mother. You will not find Lakshmi Narayan having a father-mother, or Narayan saying Mate, Pite, Babuji. There is nothing called Narayan having a father-mother, right? So, Narayan is the father-mother of everyone, but Narayan doesn't have a father-mother. If you go to Vaikuntha and ask, who is father of Narayan? You will say, what nonsense you are talking? Father of Narayan? Huh? Narayan is the father of everyone. Lakshmi Narayan is father and mother of everyone. And you are talking about father and mother of Narayan? Nonsense. So, in Vaikuntha, the Lord is as a father, as a master, as a king. But in Ayodhya, Lord Ram is Narayan, but he has father and mother also. Correct? There is Dasarath and Kaushalya, there is Kaikeyi and Dasarath, and then there is Sumitra and Dasarath. So they are father and mother of the Lords. So then there is little more intimacy, correct? So Narayan relationship is very, very formal, just like a king and the citizens, the subjects. But then in Ayodhya, Lord Ram is also the king, but then the intimacy level is little more. Lord Ram also has father, mother. Lord Ram has the brothers. Narayan doesn't have father. Narayan doesn't have mother. Narayan doesn't have brothers. But Lord Ram has father, mother, brother, everyone, right? But still, the relationships in Ayodhya is quite formal. You will not find Lord Ram sitting with Lakshman like this, putting his hand on Lakshman and saying, Lakshman, ठीक है ना, सब चल रहा है ना, सब कुछ ठीक है, everything is all right, Lakshman. You are happy, Lakshman. Thumbs up, Lakshman. So Lord Ram doesn't behave like this. He has relationships, but the relationships are quite formal in Ayodhya, right? It is very, very formal. And then in Dwaraka, relationships become little more intimate. Like in Ayodhya, Lord Ram and Sita, their relationships are intimate, but they're still very formal. Sita is always telling, hey Nath, hey Nath, hey Nath, you are my protector, you are my protector. But Satyabhama doesn't tell to Krishna, hey Nath. Satyabhama says, I am Nath, you are my servant. You have seen Satyabhama in serials and all. So Satyabhama's nature is, I am Nath. I am the leader of the house. You are just my henpecked husband. If you want to remain as henpecked husband, then you are allowed to stay in Dwarka. Otherwise, you are not allowed to stay in Dwarka. So this is Satyabhama's relationship. So the relationship of Sita and Ram, Sita is always like this. And always, oh Nath, oh Nath, oh Nath, what will happen? You are my protector. But Satyabhama says, I am your protector. I am your master. You are my servant Krishna. As you enter the palace, you may be God wherever you want. But as you enter my palace, I am the master. You are my servant. So this relationship between Satyabhama and Krishna, Rukmini and Krishna is more intimate than between Sita and Ram. And then in Vrindavan, forget about Satyabhama telling to Krishna, I am the master. In Vrindavan, Radharani is the master, Vrindavaneshwari, and Krishna is just the tenant. If you go to Vrindavan, they will say, Radhe, Radhe. And you say, why you are telling Radhe, Radhe? Why don't you chant Krishna, Krishna? Na, ye to बरसाने वाली राधे राधिका का जगह है, और कृष्ण तो, कान्हा तो इधर टेनेंट है, मतलब भाड़े पे रह रहा है. And Krishna is in many songs, in Rasa dance, Krishna is seen massaging the feet of Radharani, which he will never do in Dwaraka, which he will not do in, you will never see Lord Ram massaging Sita Maharani's feet. It will be like culture shock for Ayodhya Vasis. So Vrindavan relationship between Lord and Radharani, between Lord and devotees are more intimate. Now why all these things are there? Why 4 different places are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. It can be just one place only, na? Why 4 different places are there? Because there are 4 categories of jivas who want Lord to be in different varieties. So the Lord is in Vaikuntha because there are some devotees who want to see Lord in Vaikuntha form. The Lord is in Ayodhya, has created Ayodhya because there are some devotees who want to be in Ayodhya, who want to be in the mood of Ayodhya. The Lord has created Dwaraka because there are some devotees, some jivas, some souls who want to see the Lord in Dwaraka. So based on different ways the devotees want to see the Lord expands and creates these 4 different realms in spiritual world. Is this clear till now? जैसे जीव आत्माएं भगवान की सेवा करना चाहते हैं, कुछ जीव आत्माएं भगवान को अपना पिता माता की तरह सेवा करना चाहते हैं, उनको भगवान कहां डालते हैं? एनीवन? कहां डालते हैं? नहीं, वैकुंठा. कुछ भगवान, कुछ जीवात्माएं, some जीवात्मास want to see Lord as their king, their protector, Ayodhya. Some living entities, they want to see Lord as their friend, as their master, as their pati, everything. So they are put in Dwaraka. And some jivatmas want to control over the Lord. They want to catch the Lord and want to make Lord as their servant. They go to Vrindavan, right? They are the most atrocious of all the jivas. They go to Vrindavan and trouble the Lord. So the Lord, based on the intimacy of relationships the jivatmas want, किस तरह की रिश्ता आत्मा उनके साथ रखना चाहता है, उस तरह भगवान ने अलग अलग 4 प्रकार की realms, spiritual categories बना दिए. This is not higher or lower. It's not that Ayodhya is lower and Vrindavan is higher. It's all in the same spiritual plane, but higher and lower is based on the level of intimacy in relationships. Okay? So sometimes when people say, तुम्हारा कृष्णा बड़ा है और तुम बोलता है कृष्ण से सब कुछ आया है. नहीं, Krishna and Ram, there is no difference. What is the difference? Between the level of intimacy of Krishna and Ram relationships. Right? So Krishna's relationships in Vrindavan are very, very intimate and very, very confidential. Okay? So this is about spiritual realm. Then we come to material realm. So when the jivatmas, these jivatmas who are staying with the Lord, they want to come to material realm, so then they want to not be with the Lord. Why the jivatmas are coming from spiritual world to material world? Because they don't want to be with the Lord. वो भगवान के साथ रहना नहीं चाहते हैं. But Krishna, God knows that without him nothing can exist. बिना भगवान का कुछ हो सकता है क्या? So then those Jivatmas who don't want to be with Krishna but still want an independent existence, actually there is no independent existence beyond God, correct? Everything is within God. How can there can be some existence beyond God? So now the Jivatmas, these Jivatmas have a difficult desire. What is the difficult desire? They want to be away from God, but there is nothing called away from God. God is everywhere, we say na, omnipresent. अब भगवान सब कुछ सब जगह है. अब भगवान को छोड़ के मेरे को सब कुछ चाहिए पर भगवान नहीं चाहिए. अब ये कैसे हो सकता है? सब जगह तो भगवान है. भगवान नहीं चाहिए, सब चाहिए. भगवान से मेरा बन नहीं रहा है. बट कृष्ण नोस, अरे ऐसे कैसे दुनिया बना सकता हूं जहां पे मैं नहीं हूं, मैं तो सब जगह हूं. So those rebellious souls who do not want to be in spiritual realm, for them they are called the Nitya-baddhas, the Jivas which are in material realm, which are called the Nitya-baddhas. There is Nitya-siddhas and then there is the Nitya-baddhas. So for these Jivas, Krishna and Radharani, they expand into Sambhu and Maya Sakti, Lord Shiva and Parvati. So Lord Shiva is Krishna's expansion in material realm for taking care of these Nitya-baddhas. So they don't want to be taken care by Krishna. So Krishna expands as Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva takes care of them. And Radharani expands as Maya Sakti Parvati and they take care of the Nitya-baddhas. So in material realm, Lord Shiva and Parvati, they are the caretakers of the Nitya-baddhas. So what is the first position of Lord Shiva? Lord Shiva is expansion of Krishna for the material realm to take care of the rebellious souls. So Krishna has appointed Lord Shiva or expanded, and that tattva is called the Sambhu tattva. We will discuss a little more elaborately about Lord Shiva, but let's discuss. And then there is the Guru tattva, the Guru Parampara. And what is Guru Parampara? So the Guru Parampara main job is to take the Jivas from material world and reinstate them in the spiritual world. So that is Guru's job. So the Gurus are also empowered by Krishna, by Radharani, by Balaramji, and their responsibility is from material world they take to spiritual world. Okay, so they are like we have rehabilitation program. All of you know about rehabilitation program. So Gurus is Golok Vrindavan rehabilitation program. So they are the directors. So कैसे वृंदावन धाम में पहुंचाना है. So here we see there are Pancha Tattva, 5 Tattvas. The first one is Vishnu Tattva or Krishna Tattva or Vishnu Tattva. The Sandini and Sambit. All these are Vishnu Tattva. Balram, Lakshman, Bharat, Satrugna. So this is the first Tattva. This is called the Vishnu Tattva or the Krishna Tattva. The second Tattva is called the Sakti Tattva. With Radharani, Parvati in material world, Dwaraka queens, Ayodhya, Sita Maharani, Lakshmi. So this is called the Sakti Tattva. This is Sakti Tattva. Oh. कभी लिखता है, कभी लिखता नहीं. Okay, इधर लिखता. This is called the Sakti Tattva. This is called the Vishnu Tattva. This is called the Sambhu Tattva. It's already written. And the fourth one is the Guru Tattva, and the fifth one is the Jiva Tattva. Okay, so these are the 5 tattvas. They are eternally existing. The Jivas are eternally Jivas. Vishnu are eternally Vishnu. Jivas cannot become Vishnu. Vishnu doesn't become Jivas. Sambhu is eternally Sambhu. Lord Shiva is eternally Lord Shiva. It's not that there are some people, they say that one day the Jiva will become Lord Shiva by meditation. No Jiva can become Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva cannot become Jiva. These are all eternal truths. One day I will become Lakshmi. You will not become Lakshmi. No matter how much ever facial you do or how much ever lipstick you put, you will not become Lakshmi. You will remain yourself only. So the Jivas cannot become anything. The Jivas are Jivas. Similarly, Saktis are Sakti Tattvas. Always Sakti Tattva. Right? So they are Sakti Tattva. Similarly, Vishnu Tattva and Sambhu Tattva. So everything has come ultimately from Krishna, from the Vishnu Tattva, but ultimately these 5 Tattvas eternally exist. Right? So the Vishnu Tattva, Sakti Tattva, Sambhu Tattva, Jiva Tattva and Guru Tattva. Now Guru Tattva is a little thing that any of the Tattvas can become Guru. A Jiva can become Guru, Krishna can become Guru, Sakti can become Guru, Sambhu also can become Guru. Anyone can take the role of a Guru, right? So sometimes we see that Jivatmas are taking the role of Guru. Sometimes we see Krishna himself taking the role of Guru for Arjuna, correct? And speaking Bhagavad Gita. And sometimes we see Radharani taking the role of Guru and instructing some people. Or sometimes we see Rukmini taking the role of Guru, Lakshmi taking the role of Guru. And sometimes we see Lord Shiva taking the role of Guru. So Guru Tattva, anyone can become Guru, provided he is speaking directly about Krishna. Okay. So now, after this initial discussion, anyone has any doubt? Yes. We'll take some doubts. Yes.
Prabhuji, we said that Vishnu, Krishna and Ram are equal. So we say that 1,000 names of Vishnu is equal to 1 name of Ram, and 3 names of Ram is equal to 1 name of Krishna. So
yes.
What is the difference?
In the this is given in terms of what realizations they will offer us. Like Vishnu's name can offer us Vaikuntha, but chanting Ram's name can take us to Ayodhya, and chanting Krishna's name can take us to Vrindavan. And because there is an intimacy level is higher in Vrindavan, and we'll have more higher intimate relationships in Vrindavan, and that is why it is said. It is based on what realization they will offer you. The names are same, but when you chant their names, it will give you a better realization, better place, higher intimacy level with Krishna, with God. In that way. Okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, anyone else?
Prabhuji, Dandavata Pranam.
Dandavat, yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I have a doubt. This Vrindavan and Ajodhya, they are a part of this material world. How these places differ with what you have explained just now in spiritual world?
Correct. Very nice question. So there is a Vrindavan in Uttar Pradesh. There is a Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh. And so how the Ayodhya and Vrindavan there and Ayodhya and Vrindavan there. So the Ayodhya and Vrindavan of material realm and Ayodhya and Vrindavan of spiritual realm, there is no difference. It is just projection. You all know what is called projection. So these are all spiritual projections of the spiritual realm. They are also eternal. So Vrindavan is not a part of Uttar Pradesh. Vrindavan is part of spiritual realm, but it somehow is projected on Uttar Pradesh state. Like for example, I'll give a very crude example, and this example is not very fitting, but to fit our scientific brain, little crude example. Like for example, if I take a mirror and the sun is there, and I am reflecting the mirror and the sun in another place, correct? So in that place where the sun's rays are getting reflected, it becomes exactly sunny. Where the entire room is dark, that place is special, correct? The room is dark, but that place where the mirror is being projected, the sun is being projected through the mirror, that is exactly sunny, correct? If you stand there, you will feel as if I am under sun, correct? Now that place is compared to India. That exact place where the sun is putting is Uttar Pradesh, and Vrindavan is being projected directly from spiritual world to that place in Uttar Pradesh, which is called Vrindavan. But that when you enter Vrindavan Dham, it is exactly you are entering Vrindavan Dham. Just like when you stand in front of a mirror which is projecting sun directly, you feel as if I am under the sun only, correct? So exactly in the same way, there is no difference between, now since it is a material example, it's a mirror, so there is sun rays also and it is not directly sun. But on a spiritual way, Vrindavan Dham is directly projected on Uttar Pradesh. Right? It can be projected anywhere, right? It can be projected in your house also. That's how if you worship Krishna and Radharani nicely in your house and chant Hare Krishna, Vrindavan Dham will project in your house also, and your home will become Vrindavan. Right? So it can be projected anywhere. It is projected in Uttar Pradesh in this time. Some other time it may be projected somewhere else, and that place will become Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is not a part of Uttar Pradesh. Vrindavan, Ayodhya is not part of Uttar Pradesh. Vrindavan and Ayodhya have been projected into these material realms, right? And that's how Srila Prabhupada used to tell that we cannot purchase a ticket and enter Vrindavan. It's not that you can take a cab from Delhi to Vrindavan. You can take a cab from Delhi to Vrindavan, but you will be there in the Uttar Pradesh part of Vrindavan. You will not be there in the Vrindavan until unless you have that devotional mood, right? Like one person went to Vrindavan and was asked, what did you like in Vrindavan? Now, I like the tea in Vrindavan. So he went to Vrindavan and he is asked, what did you like in Vrindavan after roaming all throughout the Vrindavan? Now, chai bahut acha hai. Gajab chai milta hai. So we need to understand that Vrindavan is part of spiritual world. It's the projection, spiritual projection of the spiritual realm. Is this clear? Did you understand the example? Could you get? Hare Krishna. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, Rahul.
Yes, Prabhuji, can we say that Guru Tattva is coming from Balram?
Yes, Guru Tattva is coming for Balram, but any Tattvas, any Jivatma, Balram, Krishna, anyone can assume the form of Guru, right? But primarily it is coming from Balram, primarily. But Krishna in battlefield of Kurukshetra is acting as Guru, right? Primarily it is coming from Balram. Okay, anyone else? Okay. Yes.
Prabhuji, I've always felt that is what we are told since we are children, that Lord Vishnu helps you. He's your protector and he's the sustainer of life. So what I have always felt is that through his avatars, he's teaching us how to live in that particular era. So now when we talk of these different realms and Lord, and depending upon the level of intimacy that you want with God, you can go to different realms. So why are we now separating Lord Ram and Lord Krishna from Vishnu Bhagwan? Why do we do that? Why do we not see him just as one person who has manifested in different eras to teach us how to live?
No, it is not about we or how we want to see Lord Ram. It is how Lord Ram is wanting himself to see, to make us see. It's not that हम कैसे भगवान को देखना चाहते हैं. भगवान ऐसे हैं, हमको भगवान को शास्त्र के अनुसार देखना है. It's not that there is a conflict between Lord Ram and Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna and all. But this is the truth. The reality is the relationships between Lord Ram and devotees of Lord Ram is not that intimate as the relationships with Krishna. So definitely they are coming and teaching certain things, but their main purpose, yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata apyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamhyam. So definitely adharmasya sthapana, dharma sthapana and adharmasya hani, that is one goal. But paritranaya sadhunam, that verse also says, na? So you are talking about one aspect of avatar, but another aspect of avatar is paritranaya sadhunam. Those who are sadhus, unko paritranaya, to take them back to their chosen abodes. If someone wants to be with Lord Ram, okay. If someone wants to be with Krishna, paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskritam. So there is another role of the avatar is also to facilitate the desires of the living entity. Every living entity has a desire to interact with the Lord in a particular way. Just like the gopis in Vrindavan, they want to interact with the Lord as gopis. They want to see Krishna as their lover. And then there are some gopis who want to see Krishna as their son. They are like a motherly figure. So they all exist and Krishna gives them opportunity to interact with him in that way. Okay? So there is no conflict. We have to see Lord God in the perspective of how God has revealed through the scriptures. शास्त्र के अनुसार भगवान को जानना चाहिए. Did I answer your question or you are still confused?
No, I have understood. Got it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So now we have only 10 minutes. And in 10 minutes, I don't know whether we'll be able to complete Lord Shiva, who is Lord Shiva. Okay. But we will discuss little bit about Lord Shiva and we will see how much we can cover in 10 minutes. So this is one example that is given, which is very, very important. So Brahma Samhita gives an example to illustrate what is Lord Shiva and what is Lord Vishnu. Okay. So how many of you had got stomach upset sometimes because of eating lot of milk items? Yes. So when we take lot of rabdi and a lot of heavy rabdi, then our stomach gets upset. Yes. So then what we take when our stomach gets upset? Huh? Curd, dahi. Now dahi is also milk item, correct? And kheer and rabdi is also milk item. So Brahma ji is explaining about Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva in this wonderful way, in this verse. So we will recite this verse from Brahma Samhita and then explain. Kshiram yatha dadhi vikara vishesha yoga. Sanjayate nahi tata prithagasti heto. Yah sambhutam api tatha samupaiti karya. Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Okay, so you see. So what is mentioned that just like milk changes into yogurt. Oh, why it's not working? just like sometimes it stops. It's not working. So so just like when a person becomes sick, he takes help of the curd, and his stomach has become upset because of milk. Now milk and curd, both are milk item only. Curd is a derivation of the milk, right? So exactly Brahmaji is telling, sometimes the Jivatma's mind becomes upset. And upset with what? With God only. So sometimes the Jivatma's mind becomes upset. इनका relationship issues हो जाता है किसके साथ? भगवान के साथ ही. And जब mind becomes upset with Krishna, then Krishna transforms into Lord Shiva, who is like a curd, whose primary job is to again make the Jivatma stomach or Jivatma's mindset transformed so that the Jivatma can again serve Krishna in the spiritual realm. So Lord Shiva, who is also Vishnu's expansion, the Sambhutattva, the basic duty or the responsibility of the Sambhutattva is to ensure that those Jivatmas whose mind has become upset with God can find again a place in God's abode in spiritual realm. So they provide a platform in the material world so that the Jivatmas, the Gurus, can come, preach and go. And some Jivatmas needs to be punished also, so they punish. Jo bhi, whether it is sound or shock. Like for example, there are two types of therapies in the mental hospital. I said about mind upset. So like one person came to the hospital and said, "Main to Narendra Modi hu, Prime Minister." And then the doctors and the nurses and everyone said ki actually everyone who comes here, he says like this only, that he is Narendra Modi, he is Prime Minister. Don't worry. And then he gets a bed, who is a dormitory bed. Says, no, मैं इधर नहीं रहूंगा, मेरे को अच्छा facility चाहिए, मैं Prime Minister हूँ. And the doctor said, okay, you will get some facility, you stay for some time, you'll get some facility. So again and again he is telling, I am Prime Minister, this and that, give me facilities, this and that. After some time he starts troubling others also. And he starts troubling the other mental patient people who are taking rest in the dormitory. उसके बेड में पहुंच जाता है, बोलता है ये भी मेरा बेड है, वो भी मेरा बेड है, तुम टैक्स दो, तुम मेरा बेड में सो रहा है. So he speaks all these things. And then the doctors come, they do a lot of counseling to him. The nurses come, they do a lot of counseling. And they say, see, you are not Prime Minister, you are a simple patient here, this is your bed. And he still doesn't understand. Then finally, after a lot of trouble what he has created, finally one day one nurse comes and says, oh, we were not understanding. Actually, you are Prime Minister. Actually, you are Prime Minister. Now we got information from PM office that you are the Prime Minister. Now we are planning to give you a VIP treatment. VIP treatment. And then they take this person, the patient, to another big room. It's a big 2 BHK flat. In that, they take him to a room and there is a nice bed and they make him sleep down. And then they say that, you see, there is balcony. This entire thing is for you only because you are PM. And then after he is lied down for some time and given good reception, after some time the nurse immediately calls some male nurses and they come and they immediately catch the legs, 2 legs, and 2 people catch the 2 hands, and then immediately there are 3 plates that are brought. And there are 3 plates that are brought, and immediately, "Kaun kya kare? Chhod do, main Pradhan Mantri hu, I am Prime Minister." I said, yes. Now you'll realize. And then they put here and they increase 15 volt of electric shock. And then say, "Aap kaun hai na, main pradhan mantri hu, chhod do." And then they increase the voltage, 50 volt. "Aap kaun hai? Main pradhan mantri hu, chhod do." Then 100 volt. And when 100 volt say, "Shayad main pradhan mantri nahi hu, chhod do mere ko." And in 120 volt says, "छोड़ दो, मैं प्रधानमंत्री नहीं हूं." "तुम कौन है ना, प्रधानमंत्री नहीं हूं, छोड़ दो, मैं छोड़ दो, मैं पेशेंट हूं, छोड़ दो." And then उसको छोड़ देते हैं, वो पेशेंट बन जाता है. So sometimes Lord Shiva and Parvati, Sambhu Tattva, they give sound therapy. They arrange classes, like you see, they arrange a platform for, like we are doing preaching, but how we are able to do preaching? Actually, this is the place of Durga Devi. This is the place of Lord Shiva, this material world. He is Mahadev, he is Mahesh, he is the in charge, and he is facilitating all of us as preachers. कि आप आओ, शांति से उनको पढ़ाओ, भगवद गीता पढ़ाओ, सब लेके जाओ जीवात्मा, जो सबको लेके जाओ. But there are some Jivatmas who will not come for the class. So they will not come and enroll in the sound therapy business. Then Lord Shiva and Parvati, you have seen Trishul. So then they will come for the class. I have seen so many people come for the class and come for the temple only when they get sufficient beating from Durga Devi. मार के पूरा दुर्गा देवी उनको पूरा पसीना पसीना करवा देती है. And then they come running, "Oh, where is God? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" Right? So there is sound therapy, there is shock therapy. All of you are getting now sound therapy. प्रेम से आप सुन रहे हैं, AC में बैठ के और समझ रहे हैं, हरे कृष्ण कर रहे हैं. These are all sound therapy. And if you don't learn through sound therapy, then Lord Shiva and Parvati will give you shock therapy. But their entire business, the Sambhu Tattva, is meant to relieve you from mental disturbance. And what is the mental disturbance? कि भगवान गड़बड़ है, मेरा भगवान के साथ जम नहीं रहा है, भगवान अच्छा नहीं है. These are all mental disturbance. So Sambhu is especially given charge of the rebellious souls, right? He is milk transformed into curd to help the stomach ultimately digest again milk. You are able to understand this example? I mean, how many of you are able to understand this nice example which Brahmaji is giving? Right? Sambhu Tattva is now milk transforming into yogurt. Now another thing we can understand that our acharyas explain, just like milk can be converted into curd, but can curd be converted into milk? So exactly in the same way, Vishnu expands into Sambhu, and Sambhu always accepts subservience to Vishnu, right? So Sambhu is also, Lord Shiva is also, as we see in this, now it has started working. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Okay. Oops. No, it has. So this this verse also we will recite. Nimnaganam yatha ganga.
Nimnaganam yatha ganga.
Devanam achyuto yatha.
Devanam achyuto yatha.
Vaishnavanam yatha sambhu.
Vaishnavanam yatha sambhu.
Purananam idam tatha.
Purananam idam tatha.
Just as Ganga is the greatest of all rivers, Lord Achyuta or Vishnu is the supreme among the deities, and Lord Shambhu or Lord Shiva, Vaishnavanam yatha Sambhu, the greatest of all Vaishnavas or the devotees of the Lord. So though curd is also transformation of milk, but curd is a subservient of milk. So similarly, Lord Shiva, Sambhu Tattva, is transformation of Vishnu Tattva, but Sambhu always considers himself as a devotee of Vishnu, right? Just like Ganga is the best of the rivers, similarly Sambhu or Lord Shiva is best of Krishna's devotees in material world. So who is Lord Shiva? He is the greatest of all Vaishnavas. Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu. And that's how one day when Mother Parvati is asking Lord Shiva that what did you chant? What do you chant always? What did you murmur always? What do you meditate always? So Lord Shiva says to Mother Parvati this beautiful verse, Rama Rama Rameti
Rama Rama Rameti
Rame Rame Manorame
Rame Rame Manorame
Sahasranama Bhistulyam
Sahasranama Vistunya
Ramanama Varanane.
Ramanama Varanane.
Lord Shiva addressed his wife Durga, O Varanana. Varanana matlab Vara and Anana. Anana matlab face. Varanana matlab beautiful face. One who has beautiful face. O Parvati, who has a beautiful face, I chant the holy name of Rama, Rama and thus enjoy this beautiful sound. This holy name of Ramachandra is equal to 1000 holy names of Vishnu. Just 3 names of Ram is equal to Sahasranam of Vishnu. So Lord Shiva is always chanting the holy names of Vishnu, and he is the best devotee of Vishnu. And we also know that when Samudra Manthan was there, Lord Shiva drank the poison. And why he drank the poison? This is mentioned in Bhagavatam. You see, my dear gentle Bhavani, when one performs benevolent activities for others, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari is very pleased. And when Lord is pleased, when Hari is pleased, I am also pleased along with all other living creatures. Therefore, let me drink this poison for all living entities may thus become happy because of me. So Lord Shiva is drinking poison so that he can please Hari. That's what he is mentioning. Because before drinking poison, he has to take permission from his wife. है कि नहीं? इतना बड़ा काम कर रहे हैं तो पत्नी से तो परमिशन लेना चाहिए. So before taking permission, he is telling to Bhavani, to Parvati Devi, that oh Bhavani, oh my wife, I want to take this poison because I want to please Hari. The goal of life is to please Hari, please Vishnu. So Lord Shiva, though he is expansion of Vishnu, he is Sambhu Tattva, he always assumes, he takes the role of a devotee of God, and he wants to see that everyone becomes a devotee of Hari. So that is his program. His main program, main job is to see how these Nitya Baddhas, the Jivas in the material realm, are transported back to the spiritual realm. And Lord Shiva also has, so we saw different aspects of Lord Shiva. The first one, Lord Shiva is like curd, helping the Jivas get rid of their mind problem with God and go back to Godhead. Second, Lord Shiva is the best of all Vaishnavas. He is the best of devotees of the Lord. Third, Lord Shiva chants the holy name of the Lord always, Ram's name. Fourth, Lord Shiva does everything for pleasing Hari. He even drinks poison to please Vishnu. And fifth, Lord Shiva is the protector of the Dham of the Lord. Wherever we go Vrindavan, there is Lord Shiva protecting the Dham. He is the Dham Rakshak. In Vrindavan, there is Nandeshwar Mahadev and Chakaleshwar Mahadev, Gopeshwar Mahadev. All these Mahadev temples, they are protecting different zones of Vrindavan. Similarly, in Jagannath Puri, there is the Lokapal or Dhampal, who is Lokanath. In Jagannath Puri, there is Lokanath Shiva. And in the entire area of the Shri Kshetra, Bhuvaneshwar, there is Lingaraj, who is taking care of the entire Sri Kshetra Mandala. So, Lord Shiva is the Dhamapal or Dhama Rakshak of Lord Krishna. He is supposed to ensure that whoever is entering the Dham or spiritual realm, everyone is screened. Like you have seen the metal detectors, X-ray detectors. So Lord Shiva has Kam, Krodh, Lobha, Moha, Madh, Mascharya detector, Kam detector, Krodh detector. And as you enter, oh, पी 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 पी, इसका तो काम बहुत ज्यादा है, इसको हटाओ, वापस भेजो. And so calm detector, anger detector, krodha detector. We have these 6 negativities in our heart: calm, lust, anger, krodha, lobha, greed, mada, illusion, and mascharya, envy, and pride, ahankar, mada. So these are the 6 things, anarthas. And Lord Shiva and Parvati, they are deputed as X-ray metal detectors to ensure only the right living entities enter the spiritual realm. And they also create different programs so that the living entities are purified and enter. So in this way, Lord Shiva is a very special position. He is Sambhu Tattva. He is not like Jiva. He is also not Vishnu. He is intermediate. And his job is to elevate, help create a wonderful platform in material world to elevate the living entities who have left spiritual world, again go back to spiritual world, either through sound or through sock. Now it is all up to you what you want to choose. Lord Shiva has given sound and also the sock. But ultimately, Lord Shiva and Parvati both want to see that all of us go back to spiritual world. When Lord Shiva, when Parvati Devi expands as Durga, Lord Shiva also expands as Rudra. When Parvati becomes angry, she becomes Kali, Durga, Chandi. So similarly, when Lord Shiva becomes angry, he becomes Mahabhairav, Mahakal, and Rudra, 11 Rudras, Ekadas Rudras, like that. Right? They also expand and take up different positions to give sock. Right? But if you are a sound therapy person, then they will hand you over to Vaishnavas, other devotees who are preaching, giving Bhagavad Gita classes. You attend classes and they are very happy. So in Savan Mahina, if you chant Hare Krishna and worship Krishna, then Lord Shiva is very happy. Ab samajh mein aa gaya, isko hum NOC de do. Lord Shiva will tell to Parvati, isko NOC de do, no objection certificate to enter Vrindavan Dham. Ye abhi ready ho raha hai. Isko शौक नहीं देना. When Lord Shiva says to Parvati, कोई शौक आपको मिलेगा नहीं, इसको शौक नहीं देना, ठीक है, ये अभी क्लास कर रहा है, इसको केवल साउंड से ही इसको ऊपर उठाएंगे, इसको शौक नहीं देंगे. So all of you, you think for a while whether you want sound or sock, but personally I want only sound. I don't want sock. It is very difficult to tolerate the sock of Durga Devi. I really want through sound only, I'll go back. So all of us, let us take shelter of the Guru Parampara, the Guru Tattva, Krishna, Radharani, Balramji. And in this way, we can actually please Lord Shiva the best, because he is deputed. His main motto, his purpose is to see us reinstate back to spiritual world, either in Vaikuntha or in Ayodhya, in Dwaraka or Vrindavan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Lord Shiva ki, Mother Parvati ki, sound therapy ki, sock therapy ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. I have another meeting, so I'll not take further question answers. Maybe next week we can take some further questions. Okay? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.